What's up, guys? It's Benny. After staging an insurrection in their own state, declaring that the citizens must fight against ICE, and then those citizens go out and attack ICE every single waking hour of the day, well, that's the F around. And now the find out is here. DOJ is now investigating Dr. Tim Walz of Minneapolis and Jacob Frey for conspiring to impede immigration agents. This would be working in order to use their positions in order to stop ICE from doing their job, which of course is they're legally allowed to do, lock them up and set an example. This comes just days after Walz encouraged people to impede ICE operations in the streets of Minneapolis, illegals to attack ICE with weapons, and thereafter, Tim needs to go away for a long time. Let's listen. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's pretty obvious what they're doing here. The Justice Department investigating Tim Walz and Jacob Frey. Conspiracy to impede federal officers. They're doing a lot worse than Donald Trump ever did on January 6th. They were going to put Donald Trump away for 400 years for January 6th. Carry phones at all times to hit record and catch atrocities. They did. They caught a Latin King's killer stealing an FBI rifle during the riots. Thank you very much, Tampon Tim. Justice Department investigating Tim Walz. Here we go.
Just moments ago, multiple DOJ sources confirming to Fox News that Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey are now both under federal investigation for allegedly interfering with immigration enforcement here in Minnesota. We are told that probe is early but ongoing. More on that for our viewers as we get it. In the meantime, despite a snowstorm out here in Minneapolis, it appears we are headed for yet another night of protest with some great...
There we go. There we go. This is the find out.
Agents that somebody is going to get seriously injured or killed. Somebody is going to get seriously injured or killed. And whether that is an ICE agent or a community member, we all know the tinderbox that could explode because of it.
Isn't it amazing? It's like these guys are like the George Floyd guys. Like, have they run out of main characters? Same guys with George Floyd. Exact same guys. Trump isn't having any of it. Obviously, President Trump has taken some pretty severe actions in Minneapolis. He said today that he's not going to use the Insurrection Act, meaning he's not going to send the military in to put the insurrection down. But he could, and that perhaps he should. I'll play you that clip in just a second. But President Trump has now deported enough people for Minnesota to lose a congressional seat. I thought that was a fascinating little blind item today. There have been enough people that have been deported or fled Minnesota that they will now be losing congressional power. And this exposes the entire game for Democrats. DHS is ending temporary protected status for Somalia. Temporary means temporary. Somalian nationals with TPS are now required to leave the United States by March. Nice. Now do it for every country. Do it with India. Do it with Russia. Do it with Haiti. And for everyone. Nobody should have temporary protected status. No country in the world should actually have that. Why would we ever give that to anyone? We're full. I am the captain now, says Homeland Security. Very good. All right. I'm the captain now. Got it, Captain Phillips. Okay. Trump administration ends temporary protected status for thousands of Somalis in the United States of America. TPS has ended. Leave the U.S. on your own now, or you will receive a swift visit from ICE. Temporary means temporary. The initial temporary protected status for Somalia was given in 1991. 34 years we gave a temporary status to Somalians. Somali designation for TPS has been consecutively extended since this initial designation, revoke, and deport. President Trump is actually right to end TPS for Somalians. Good. And now, ladies and gentlemen, is the time. So in March, it seems to be a long time from now. Here, ladies and gentlemen, is the proof that President Trump deported enough people from Minnesota for them to lose a full congressional seat. Goodness gracious. NBC News reports that ICE in Minnesota has resulted in 2,400 arrests When you combine that with previous arrested totals in January, it's likely about 5,000 illegal aliens have been arrested in Minnesota. Start the Trump presidency, astonishing high number given the fact that the state has 100,000 illegal aliens. 2% of the state's total illegal population in about a year is very productive, and it doesn't include the number of foreign-born residents who have self-deported. And this may mean that given the 2020 census data detailing the congressional districts, Minnesota held on to its 8th congressional district by a mere 89 people, 89 fewer people. The seat would have gone to New York. And so now, how are you going to make up that gap? You're not. You're not going to make up that gap. So President Trump is literally deporting enough people in order for them to lose congressional seats. There you go. Has already deported enough people to lose a congressional seat. That means -1 in the Electoral College. And this should be practiced all around the country. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I guess we'll see what happens next with the Jacob Frey and Tim Walz investigation. Here's President Trump on the Insurrection Act and whether he's going to use it. I hope he does. You know, honestly, hope he does. Make my Christmas. Here you go.
For the Insurrection Act in Minnesota, what are you waiting for?
Well, the Insurrection Act, which has been used by 48% of the presidents as of this moment, the Insurrection Act also, if you look at it, I believe it was Bush, the elder Bush, he used it, I think, 28 times. It's been used a lot. And if I needed it, I'd use it. I don't think there's any reason right now to use it. But if I needed it, I'd use it. It's very powerful.